Okay, I think we'll start. Okay. भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। So last class we ended with a very important remark that the Upanishad made. It said, Hinataram va, your Janma can, it's like a snake and ladder. Sometimes it can go up, sometimes it can come down. That is what with which we ended last class. And I showed those detailed things from Chandogya Upanishad. That's where we had stopped last class. This is what is pictorially what we saw last class. Depending upon the nature of the karma, that is what the Upanishad is saying, we will either take a Uttarayana or a Dakshinayana. Again, this Uttarayana and Dakshinayana are, you don't really have to think north and south. There are two reference points for easy reference for us. So Uttarayana is the marga in which the soul goes, the Atma goes to via the sun, and then the moon to the lightning and Hiranyagarbha. If it is Dakshinayana, then Pitraloka, then it comes to interspace. So how it comes back? This is what we saw in great detail in Chandogya Upanishad. How it goes to moon and then to Devaloka, then again come to this Divi, which is the interspace, then air, smoke, cloud, then rain-bearing cloud, rains, then grains, then food, then semen, and then it finally finds a birth. And the birth can be either because of good karma or because of bad karma. And this is how it described. And the Janma will go on and on. So this is a continuous cycle. The Dakshinayana is a samsara chakra. Uttarayana, what will happen, we will see today. The Upanishad has not said anything about Uttarayana so far. It has said you will reach Hiranyagarbha. And it said Amritam. Amritam is actually, today we will see Amritam is in a very relative sense. Uttarayana also, that is the point the Upanishad is slowly taking us. So that is the ending of this first Mundaka, because it wants to emphasize that we are in the world of karma. however clean and however good our karma is, that is not going to give us the escape velocity. It may give us a better world, a better life, but then we will keep on going like this. It will not take us out. That is what it is going to say today. So we will see today's mantras, which clarifies it and establishes certain foundational principles that we should be aware of. So that is what we will see today. So this Ishta and Purta, this is what the last mantra said. They are Anadi and they are Anta. They will end in finite time. If you go through Hiranyagarbha, there is a calculation. I have shown it long back in chapter 8 of Bhagavad Gita and other places. If you go through the Hiranyagarbha route, in Bhagavad Gita 8th chapter itself, Krishna says, Abrahma Bhuvanan Lokaha Punaravartino Arjuna. He says, up to Brahma, they have to come back. That's what that 8th Gita 8th chapter, that mantra, that shloka is. Brahma, Bhuvanan Lokaha, all the 14 worlds, starting from Brahma, who created these 14 worlds, all these will go through a cycle only. Only that cycle length is too large that for practical purposes, we can more or less think it is infinity, but it no way gives us a possibility of not going through this cyclic life. That is what even in Bhagavad Gita it is saying. So anyway, so then what is the benefit we will get? A person of high morality follows dharma always, truthful, sincere person, helped a lot of people, spent my life and all that. They can get that, chitta shuddhi. Their mind will become much purer. And a pure mind will engage in a certain type of karma. It will still engage in karma, please understand. It is a pure mind, so it will engage in a certain type of karma, which may be good karma. And because of good karma, you will earn positive points. See, you have to understand one thing in this whole story. Unless this account is nil, it will be a going concern. The account has to be nil. If you have some credit balance or debit balance, this journey will continue. So if a person, so this is something which we need to understand. A lot of people think that if you are very truthful, we are very dharmic in the sense of, morality, ethics. That's certainly an important starting point. That is necessary condition. But in our scheme of things, it will accumulate karma. And that will be probably good karma. It may not be bad karma. But as long as the bag is not, as long as this tank is not empty, you have some jobs to come and attend to it. So that is what will happen. So therefore, what will happen is we will accumulate a lot of punya, good karma. Therefore, we'll accumulate a lot of punya. So our visa to heaven will never be rejected. It will be always stamped. No rejection. 100% will go to heaven. But Abrahma Bhuvanan Lokaha Punaravartino Arjuna. You are still in this chakra only. You are not out of this chakra. You may be going on a, instead of going on a path in which there is no road, it's all thorns and bushes. You are going on a highway. But then the road goes all the way and comes back here. After your, one round of punya is all consumed. And if it is all exhausted, you will have to come back. Certainly, we will experience chitta shuddhi. Therefore, this is not bad. But we should all understand this is not the end goal. That's where the problem is. Many think this is the end goal. We have to live a very, dharmic living. We have to be very truthful. We have to be very moral. We should be helping others. That is very good. But that's not the end goal. That's only an intermediate goal because your karma tank will be filled with more credits. There may not be debit balance, but there will be credit balance. So you need to do something about it. You need to come and then finish the accounts one way or the other. Therefore, Ishtapurtam is all fine. It will give us chitta shuddhi. In fact, that chitta shuddhi can help us get out of this. That's why it is very important. That chitta shuddhi is a very important requirement for us to find the escape velocity. Therefore, this is important, but we should understand this is not the end goal. This cannot be the end goal. This is a very desirable intermediate goal. That much we can say. So now the mantra, the Upanishad wants to establish that. Upanishad wants to make this point very clear. So the final 3 more mantras, 11, 12, 13. So the final 3 mantras are going to now establish that while this is a good way to start, that's not the end. And therefore, the next 2 mundakas are going to talk about what kind of things are required. So that is how the whole thing is structured. So we look at the 11th mantra. The 11th mantra says, Tapashradde ye hyupavasantyaranye shanta vidvamso vaikshacharyam charantah Suryadwarena te virajaha prayanti yatramritaha sapurusho havyayatma. Hyavyayatma. So let me split all these. Tapaha, Shraddhe, ye hi upavasanti aranye. All these are in Sandhi. Upavasanti aranye. Shantaha. Vidwamsaha. In Sandhi, it becomes Vidwamso. If you do a Padacheda, it becomes Vidwamsaha. Shantaha. Vidwamsaha. Vaikshacharyam charantaha. All these are plural. Charantaha, Vidwamsaha, Shantaha. These are all first case plural. If you know that, then all of them are meaning the same thing. They're all adjective to one another. This is how Sanskrit is. If something is Dvitiya Vibhakti, if there are so many things in Dvitiya Vibhakti, that means all of them are only talking about it. It may be only adjectives. So here there is a first case plural, Charantaha. So I say Vidwamsaha Charantaha. Shantaha Vidwamsaha Charantaha. They are all related to one another. It is all only adjectives to Vaikshacharyam Charantaha. Suryadwarena te virajaha. Again, there is a plural, first case plural. It is talking about them only. These are all similar case, no? So they are all meaning the same thing. Virajaha prayanti yatra amritaha yatra amritaha savarna dirga yatra amritaha saha purushaha hi avyayatma. So that is how this whole shloka is split into padas. So what it says, tapaha shraddhe, with shraddha, yaha, ye, it's a plural, because there is a plural, no? So ye, yaha, yau, ye, those people, okay? He is indeed, he is just added, he is indeed, upavasanti, okay? Vasanti lives, upavasanti lives closer to the idea, closer to what they want to. That's the meaning here. Upavasanti, aranye upavisanti, or nearer to the forest or in the forest, that also we can take. Upa is nearer, apa is away, upa is nearer. So upavasanti, aranye. And what are they doing? Vaikshacharyam charantaha. They take only bhiksha. Their path is one of bhiksha. In fact, you should read the first 39 shlokas in Manusmriti chapter 6. Chapter 6 is about Vanaprasthashram. Beautiful. I have actually shared some of the shlokas in the past also. The spirit of what Vanaprasthashrama, you will see that. If you read it, Vanaprasthashrama is not looking for a forest. You don't have to necessarily go to a forest. That you don't get that. What it shows is, there are some, in fact, for example, there is a shloka which says what they eat is only what you 8 handfuls is possible. That's all. 8 handfuls of rice or cooked rice, raw rice, whatever you want to take. So like that. Or they should live only on fruits. They should eat only like that. There are some shlokas. So what is it saying? Vanaprastha is our ability to take our hands from the world of action, which is most impossible for a lot of people. As they grow old, they find it very difficult to take their hands off. They poke into everything. If only the elders in the family can take their hands off and let the youngsters discover their world. And also, you should develop this Bhaikshacharyaam Charantah actually indicates aparigraha. How long you are going to hold on? A time should, one day anyway you have to give. Why can't we do it very gradually? Why should the Yama come and then force you, you're stuck yourself with a gum and then he pulls you from the other side? We don't have to be like that. As we start moving, can we take our hands? Aparigraha bhava. That aparigraha is what? Vaikshacharyam charantah. So by taking bhiksha, by saying we are taking bhiksha, what it says is they have reached a stage where they are not bothered about these entitlements. They want to be away from the worldly things. That is called Vanaprastha. You can be in the thick of the city, you can be in the house where you are, but we should know how to slowly take our hands off from this Vyavaharika world. That is indicated by Bhaikshacharyaam Charantah. Shantaha. Shantaha means, Samadhi Shadvarga, the Uparamati. They are all, their many of their urges are all settled. So the mind is very peaceful. I want this, I have to do this, I have to finish this. I mean, we can't do it until we die. I think there is a time when we should be able to slowly settle in peace, happy with what we are, and then look for that, greater principle of life for which we have all come. That attitude is required, no? So that is indicated by Shantaha, Vidwamsaha. They have understood this is the, way of life. So all these are adjective to Bhaikshacharyaam Charantah. Meaning, you reach a stage where you are not too much carried away by worldly matters. Therefore, your mental distractions are narrowed down. Since your mental distractions are narrowed down, because you are not so much involved into the world, whatever minimum is required, then our mind is now ready to focus on better things in life. That is when we will start asking, who am I, where have I come, where am I going? Otherwise, we will never ask this question. Bahukarya gurbihi kalopi najnayate will happen. Vyaparehi bahukarya gurbihi kalopi najnayate. That's what we will be doing. I have to do so many things. Heavy work, I don't have time for anything. So that we will do until Government of India tells 60 years or 65 years, something like that. We will do it. And then can we slowly and steadily withdraw from these worldly affairs, then our mind is ready to, and this Bhaikshacharya is aparigraha. Try to step from all these worldly attractions which were required at one point in time, but can we slowly come out of it? Then if you do it, and then if they do Shraddha, tapaha Shraddha. Tapas is that single pointed focus. Shraddha is, we'll see some of those from Shankara Bhashya, what is the specific meaning of some of these words also, anyway, we will see. But with complete faith and a single pointed purpose of life, the mind's distraction coming down, when you do that upasana, so this is talking about upasana. See, in our scheme of things, from karma to jnana, there is a bridge called upasana. Otherwise, unless you have the bridge, you don't go to the other side. That upasana is what, can we focus on one thing? That's where the bhakti sometimes helps. It may be Ishta Devata, it may be an idea which gives me a peace of mind. Instead of distracting our mind, can you focus on it? With Shraddha, do the tapas. So what is indicated here is that in Vanaprastha Ashrama, the best thing that one can do is upasana. Upasana is, in fact, again, you get this word, upasana, upasana, sit nearby. So it is not physically sitting nearby. Sit nearby means my thought is fixed on a thing. That is indicated by upasana is upasana. Like upanayana. Upanayana is to take them closer to reality. Upanayana. Like that, upasana. So this shloka says, this mantra in this Upanishad says that as you reach a stage where you develop a certain sense of aparigraha bhava and release your distractions of the mind and do upasana with Shraddha, then what happens? Surya Dwarayana, that is the Uttarayana. That's what the earlier mantra said. Surya Dwarena te virajaha. Virajaha means one who are dropped of all their sins. That's why in Narayana Upanishad there is a Viraja Homa mantra. Aham Papmanam, like that it will come. Viraja Yaswaha, a set of mantras will actually come in the Mahanarayana Upanishad, 40th mantra or something you will see. Viraja is one who is shaking off all these kalushas, these things which distracted, all of them will go one by one, right? Prayanti, they prakrishena yanti. Kandita hi hogtare, if I have to use a Kannada word, Prayanti. Definitely they will travel. Yatra amritaha, where will they go? Yatra amritaha, okay? Saha purushaha, right? He avyayatma. So this is actually what this mantra is saying. So we'll understand the last part of it. Shankaracharya gives a good clarification there. Okay, at that time we will see. But we'll see some of the specific words that are here. They have a very contextual meaning. So Shraddha, it is said Tapashraddhe, it said Shraddha means Shraddha Purvakam Hiranya Garbhadi Devata Upasanam. That's what it says. Devata Upasana Shraddha iti uchyate, Shraddhe tyuchyate. With absolute faith, we do an upasana of Hiranyagarbha. That's why we'll reach up to Hiranyagarbha. So the Amritaha, Saha, Purushaha, Abhyayatma is actually Hiranyagarbha. That's what the Uttarayana is, which I show you just now. I showed you last week's that figure I showed you. The sun's path, it goes to moon, it goes to King Soma, and then it reaches Hiranyagarbha. So they will reach Hiranyagarbha only when they are able to focus on Hiranyagarbha. In Taittiriya Upanishad, in Sikshavali, there are very good upasanas for Hiranyagarbha. Very nice upasanas are there. Huh? 4, 5 upasanas are there actually in Taittiriya Upanishad. Shantaha. What is this Shantaha? Nivritti dharma nishtaha ityartaha. Not pravritti dharma. Pravritti dharma to over. It is nivritti dharma. That tranquility and peace and that sense of complete, in a state of unwavering focus, that is nivritti. Pravritti is a world of action. So when you say Shantaha, only such people who are Nishtaha means they are immersed 24/7 only into it. That is the meaning of the word. They say Brahma Nishta, they say. Right? Nishta means it's like the pickle, being immersed in the oil. It's all the time there. It's like that. You are all the time in that. So, Nivritti Dharma Nishta, those who are stooped into only the Nivritti Dharma, and they are called Shanta. Bhaikshacharyaam Charanta, as I told, by this peculiar usage of the word that they live on Bhiksha, what is indicated is total aparigraha. Nothing is mine. If you have nothing, you have to only take Bhiksha. If you don't have anything, you have to have one mouthful of food every day. You have to go for Bhiksha. Na? So by saying that, what it indicates is they are completely in an aparigraha bhava. Parigraha is all over. It's an aparigraha bhava. And this is a great virtue that we need to practice. It's not going to come very easily and not tomorrow. But, once people reach the age of 45, 50, 55, they should start thinking about it. There should be a way we should start thinking about it. Then maybe by 60, 60, we are ready for it. We are in a reasonably good ability to, because this will be very important. See, I attend a lot of national committee meetings. Sometimes I don't know, there are 87-year-old professor, chairs these meetings. So my only question is, when are you going to give up all these? Whether you are there or not, India is going to go anyway. Of course, they have doing some useful things. I'm not saying they don't, but then they are not taking care of themselves. See, I pity them. I feel for them. I think at some stage we need to actually pity for myself. Think about myself. That is what it is. At the age of 85, 90, that is one stage. Some people think that's the way to do, which is fine. I'm saying in the long run, maybe in the few janmas later, they will, this thought will come a little early. because you have to spend time for yourself. Otherwise, this escape velocity does not develop. That's why this good karma, all that will do a lot of good karma, definitely. But it will be a going concern. Nothing stops, no accounts are finalized, and no liquidation is possible. So aparigraha is very important. But the kind of examples I say, they are hugely in parigraha. In fact, I was in one committee a few years back. In fact, the then HRD Minister Smriti Irani personally said, I met her. She said, you should be part of this committee. HRD Minister is asking. I agreed. I attended one meeting. After that, I refused to attend. And I did not attend simply because a very elderly person was chairing that committee. And this person was simply unwilling to listen to anyone. So I said that this should have been a one-man committee because this person seems to know everything, which is fine. Then you don't have to make a committee. So I said, I won't attend this committee anymore. Finally, they said, sign the report. I said, I will not sign the report also. So I found in that particular example, at that advanced age, terrific parigraha, not aparigraha. Sense of entitlement, sense of that it's I can do something, it's all mine, I have to sort out things. That kind of a thing. So that is not good. We'll have to have a certain sense of aparigraha. That is what is indicated by Paikshyacharyam Charantah. Virajaha. Kshina Papa Punya Karmanaha. Slowly this should, go out of you. Slowly it should go out of you. If it doesn't go out of us, the tank has to slowly sort of empty. Because there is one saying, if there is, you take this cylinder, LPG cylinder, by merely closing that valve, when you close the valve, what happens is the gas burner does not, no more flames are coming. But that doesn't mean that it is over. Tomorrow, when you open it, the gas will come and then you will inflammate it, the flames will come. So until the cylinder is empty, the flames will continue to come. You could have temporarily stopped it. That's the idea. The LPG cylinder has to be empty. That's what the Kshina Papa Punya Karmana. That is the Virajaha. Amritaha is Hiranyagarbha, Avyayatma. Then Shankara gives a very, very sharp definition there. It says, Yavat Samskara Sthai. This Hiranyagarbha will remain as long as samsara remains, which means he is also, not escaping this thing. He is there forever, coming and going, and that's why it said. So, see, you have to understand, Uday Shankarji, you have to understand this. In our Sanatan Dharma, in fact, this is the only religion in which the good and the evil are not opposite. They are only in a continuum. We see in our case, the Satan in Abrahamic religions, Satan is different from God and things like that. They are two different entities. In our scheme of things, it is a single, because Krishna has said, Matta Paratram na anyat kinchidasi dhananjaya. Mayi sarvamitam prodham. So Satan must be part of divinity now. Evil also is part of divinity. Good is also part of divinity. So our scheme of things is, it is a continuum. Therefore, good and bad are adjectives you are using for the purpose of some transactional vyavahara purposes. From a conceptual purpose, from a conceptual angle, karma is karma. As long as you have karma, you have to come here. That is the point. As long as you have karma, you have to come here. Now, this good and bad are you are only delineating it for the purpose of should I do this, should I not do this. These are all good way to start. But Shankaracharya says that's not the ultimate end. That's why I'm saying being good, being dharmic, helping others, talking truth, all those are necessary condition for moksha, but not sufficient condition for moksha. Because by doing only that, we will see. That is what I'm going to discuss today as I'm coming there actually. So he says, Etad antastu samsaragatayoho aparavidya gamyaha. He says, so far it is aparavidya. Here the Upanishad has not come to Paravidya yet. It is still the karmas, good karma, bad karma, Ishta, Purtam, all these are Aparavidya. Rigveda, Ajiveda, Samaveda, knowledge are all Aparavidya. It is not even Paravidya. So he says, as long as you are an Aparavidya, you can go only this far. That's what he is saying. He is saying, this is the end of the Aparavidya of a good variety. We are talking about the good variety now. Tapaha, Shraddhe, Shantaha, Vaikshasaryam Charantaha, Suryadwarena, Amritaha, Saha, Avyayatma, Prayanti. He says the destination is a place where Abramha Bonan Lokaha, Punaravartin Origina. They will also return. So he says Aparavidya, that's why it is called Aparavidya. He is going to describe all that in detail. That is why it is called Aparavidya. It is not Paravidya, it is not ultimate. Because it doesn't lead you to that ultimate liberation. Moksha is not there. You'll go to heavens and come back. So in our scheme of things, at the conceptual level, it doesn't matter what karma you had. As long as your tank has something remaining, you have to come here to sort it out. Good or bad is your problem, and it's only a vyavaharika thing. Good means you go this way, bad means you go this way. But as long as karma is there, you have a work to attend to. You cannot go anywhere. That's why don't make absolute difference. There is a relative difference between good karma and bad karma, which is good. That's only relative. In absolute terms, all karmas are karmas only at the end of the day. They have to be sorted out. That's why he says, Aparavidya will go only this far. It cannot go. He is now explaining, there's a detailed bhashya for this mantra. I will get into a little more detail.
I think that this was the point.
Yeah. So, is this not moksha? Doing all these good things, is this not moksha? That is a question now. If you go this far, you are saying it is not moksha. Now, Shankaracharya has a few arguments. First of all, he says in a discussion in Aparavidya, there is no scope to suddenly bring moksha. See, when you discuss chemistry, you cannot discuss astronomy. When you discuss mathematics, you don't get Sanskrit there. You discuss relevant things there. So therefore, he says it is surprising you are expecting this to be a moksha, because what we are discussing now is Aparavidya, not Paravidya. Therefore, don't come to that conclusion now. This is the first argument he is making. Okay. Now, what is this Aparavidya? Aparavidya Karyam has certain lakshanas. One is Sadhya Sadhana Lakshana. All that we do in this world has a means and ends. There is a karta. Sadhya, Sadhanam, and Sadhaka. Sadhaka is there. I am the Sadhaka. Then there is a Sadhya. Some has to be achieved. And there is a Sadhana. There is a way we change. So as long as you are in that plane, that is not Paravidya. Because there is nothing to be attained when you attain jnana. There is nothing like attaining. It is only discovering what you have not been able to see. So if you work for something attaining, what he says is, we'll see later. If you work on something to be attained, he says that will be of a perishable nature. It cannot be eternal. And that which is not eternal cannot be para. Anything that you want to attain is like a product out of an action. That's the first thing. Kriya Karaka Palabeda Bhinnam. This is the second characteristic feature of Aparavidya. There are a variety of actions, good karma, bad karma, whatever. There are a variety of actions, Ishta, Purtam, all those are also there. But they are all there, and there are some accessories and there are some fruits. We are still in that domain. We are in the domain of accessories, actions, and fruits. Kriya, Karaka, Palabeda, Bhinnam. All these differences still pop in front of us. And as long as those differences we are able to cognize and start making preferences for one over the other, that means we are in this domain. We have not transcended that. So again, it will be, cannot be Paravidya, it will be Aparavidya. Then Dvaitam. As long as you see not oneness, but you see, still experience multiplicity. You are still in the field of Aparavidya. You have not come to the field of Paravidya yet. So as long as we are actively involved in the world of ends and means, we are not ready for Paravidya. It's not possible. That's why, Gita also said, Abrahma bonan lokaha punaravartinojana. With all your good karma and good intentions, you go that far, which many people cannot go. But still you are in this whole set of attributes. So you are still in the gamut of Aparavidya. It is not Paravidya anymore. So that is what the argument he makes. And then he moves on. So now let us see the 12th mantra. Parikshya lokan karmachitan brahmano nirvedamayan nastya kritaha kritena tat vijnanartam sa gurumeva vigachet samitpanihi shrotriyam brahmanishtam. This is a very famous mantra. This is the bridge mantra. This is a bridge from an aspirant from the world of karma and upasana to the ultimate liberation, which is jnana. This is what is required, and Shankaracharya is going to much bigger commentary for Bhashya for this mantra, actually. There are a lot of nuances which have to be explained here, actually. This is a very important mantra. So anyway, we will see. Parikshya. Iksh is to see. Samiksha, we say. Samyak ikshe samiksha. Parikshya. Pari means around. That's why pariyatan. Transport is called pariyatan. Parivahan. Pari means around. So parikshya means you look at all possibilities. That's the meaning. You look at every 360-degree view. If you have to take a view like that, if you want to understand it in modern terms, you should take a 360-degree view. You should know everything, not just one dimension. Like 6 blind men looking at the elephant in 6 different ways. That kind of knowledge is of no use. You synthesize all possible things. That is parikshya. That is the word pari is used. Pariprashnena sevaya. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena. That the pari is coming. Which means prashna round and repeated in all possible ways. That's why it's called pariprashna. Prashna is question. Pariprashna means repeatedly you are questioning from all 360 degree. So you are deeply inquiring. That's the meaning. So pari is used in that context. It is deep contemplation, deep inquiry. That is the meaning. Parikshya lokan, not just bhuloka. There are saptalokaha, adaha, because we can go anywhere now. That's what a few mantras are saying. So parikshya lokan, all the 14 worlds, you examine. Okay? Parikshya lokan, and you will be in these lokas because you are karma chitan. These are the products of karma. As long as we are in the domain of karma, we have to be in these 14 lokas only. If it is very good karma, I can go up to Hiranyagarbha. So if it's a bad karma, all that we have seen. So karma chitan lokan. Okay? Brahmana. Okay? That Brahmana, let me tell you, whenever you find Brahmana word in the Upanishad, it is not birth certificate Brahmins. You should understand that. These are all for Vyavahara. Here there is a very nice definition for a Brahmana. One who is Brahme Ramati, or one who has Sarva Tyagi is called Brahmana. There are many definitions are available for Brahmana, not birth certificate. So that's all different. There are very beautiful definitions. So that is the meaning of Brahmana here. Okay, a true, seeker of Brahman, a person who has absolutely no parigraha bhava, no desire. He is also called a Brahmin. Like that, there are several lakshanas are used to define Brahmana. Brahmana. Nirvedam ayat. The ta and na becomes in na. It's a sandhi. So nirvedam ayat. That is a padacheda. Nirvedam ayat. Nasti akritaha nastya kritaha. Nasti akritaha kritena. That is what the first line is. Parikshya lokan karmachitan brahmanaha nirvedam ayat. He came to a final understanding and he lost his interest. Why? Because Nasti akritaha kritena. Through the world of karma and action, you are not going to get the ultimate. He somehow came to that conclusion. He understood this world of action in which we are active part of it will only take you into these 14 worlds depending upon the quality of what we bring to the plate, good or bad. Once he understood that, he lost his deep interest in that. Nasti akritaha kritena nirvedam ayat. That is the first line. So, tat vijnanartham, to know that which is not all these, there is something other than this. Because this is just going through this circle. Paths can be different. You know, your holiday resorts may look different, but you are in the different places only. So, tat vijnanartham, to know that, saha, gurum eva abhigachet. Gurum eva abhigachet. You should only go to a guru. And if he explains what it means, I will come to it. But what it says is, you should go to a guru only. Gurumeva abhigachet. Samitpanihi. Samitpani is an indication in, it's a very preferred usage in our Indian Vedantic discussion. If somebody carries Samit in his hands, that is an indication saying, I have given up everything, I am come for the ultimate truth. That is indicated by that gesture. That is the Samitpani. He brings a bunch of Samit in his hands. In all Vedantic discussion, this is a certain preferred way of saying that I have finally arrived. Only for this, nothing else. That to indicate that Samitpani. Samitpanihi. Samitaha panye panye estaha saha Samitpani. That person in whose hand there are some Samit, he is called Samitpani. Okay. Samitpanihi. Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam Gurum. Look at here. Gurum is Dvitiya Bhakti. Shrotriyam is Dvitiya Bhakti. Brahmanishtam is Dvitiya Bhakti. That means all the three are indicating the same thing. So these two are the adjective for the guru. What kind of a guru? Who is the Shrotriya? Who is a Brahmanishta? Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam Gurum eva abhigachet. That's how we have to do Anvaya. Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam Gurum eva abhigachet. Samitpanihi. Kimartam tat vijnanartham. To know that ultimate truth, he will go to a guru. That is what this mantra is saying. But many of these words are very deep. It's a very important mantra because this is really a sort of a bridge mantra to know when people become eligible to sort of go there. That is what is indicated in this mantra. Therefore, this is really the transition mantra. Because after this mantra, from the next Mundaka, it is all about Jnana Sampadana. So that kind of discussions will come. So let us look at many of these words properly, because then only we will understand the correct meaning of what is being told in all these. Now, Pariksha Lokan. What did he come to a conclusion? That's the question now. He examined. He examined not by theoretical knowledge. He examined by actual experience. You know, got through several hundred janmas. He examined by deep contemplation of what he experienced. These are all the meaning of Pariksha. It is an anubhuti. It is a firm conviction coming from within, because after all, I have experienced it. Therefore, I have no iota of my doubt in my mind. What did he understand about the lokas? So many things are there. So first thing it says, these lokas are Dakshinottara Marga Lakshanaha. You may go Dakshinayana or Uttarayana. That's what all the previous mantras were saying anyway. Right? They are all Palabhuta. So if you want to be in one of these 14 worlds, that means you are after Pala, and Pala gives you some benefit. That benefit is either here or there. It's like 14 rooms, you are booking one room, depending upon what you brought to the table. This is first, this person has understood. As long as we are here, rotating here and there, you know, as long as we are in the world, that means we are only in the Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. There is no other thing. We escape through the north route or the south route, but it's a temporary escape. One looks like a permanent escape, but after some time you may come back after much longer time. Because that Brahma's time, why it looks very moksha kind of a temptation. Brahma's one day, 1 day. Brahma's 1 day is equal to 2000 yuga cycles. Daytime is 1000 yuga cycle. Night time is 1000 yuga cycle. So what is 1 yuga cycle? One Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 human years. Multiplied by 10. That is all the 4 yugas. It is 1:2:3:4. That is the proportion. Krita Yuga is 4 times bigger than Kali Yuga. Treta Yuga is 3 times. Dwapara Yuga is 2 times. So you take Kali Yuga as 1 unit. 4 plus 3, 7 plus 2, 9 plus 1, 10. So 4,32,000 into 10 is 1 yuga cycle, which is 43,20,000 human years. Add 3 more zeros now on that. Add 3 more zeros. So 10 power, I have to talk like that. Okay, that is 1000 yuga cycle. Multiplied by 2. That is 1 day of Brahma. But Brahma also after 100 years will come back. Everybody's design lifetime is 100 days. The number looks very large. That's the only thing. So this Uttarayana may take us there, but after a long time we have to come back. After some light years, we have to come back again. That is what he first understood. Then, Vihita Akarana Pratisheda Atikrama Doshaha Sadhyaha Naraka Tiryak Preta Lakshana. Trilyak Prate Tiryak. There is a typos there. Pathe Lakshanaha, I think. Tiryak Pathe Lakshanaha. What is this work? This all about, this action all about, the karma all about. The karma is all about akarana, not doing. Sometimes I may skip. First mantra it said, if you skip, for 7 janmas, you will be destroyed. Like that it said. If you don't do properly, you skip. Knowingly, unknowingly. Akarana. Then pratisheda. You do wrong things. Nisheda. He says he has understood that. If you get into this world of karma, sometimes it is akarana, sometimes pratisheda, sometimes atikrama. You overdo. These are quite possible, na? Because there is a spec. So you can go over spec, you may not do, or you may do wrong things. All are possible. He has understood that. What is what happens because of that? All kinds of doshas comes. Doshaha sadhyaha. And because of dosha, you can actually even go to Naraka, or you can become an animal. Tiryang is animal, right? So, Pate Lakshana. So all these are the second thing he has understood. If you dabble in karma, you are not very sure where things are going. This is the second thing he has understood, Pariksha Loka. Third, Samsara Gati Bhutana. As long as you are in the karma, you will be in samsara, because this chakkar, there will be always some credit or debit balance. You have to come and sort it out. So therefore, he understood that it is samsara gati bhutan. As long as we are engaging in karma, it will put us into samsara. This is the third thing he has understood, Pariksha Lokan. Then, Avyaktadi Stavarantan Vyakrita Avyakrita Lakshanan. So where will I be in this world? In this world will be either manifested or unmanifested. In unmanifested form, you may be there, or you may be in manifested form like stavara, like this, trees and, all that. It can be vyakrita or avyakrita. Sometimes it is manifesting, sometimes it is manifesting. This is all this world is. That also he understood. That's why again Bhagavad Gita he says, Abhyaktani cha bhutani vyaktamadhyani bharata. That's what he says. All bhutas will be in a stage of avyakta. That's when somebody dies and goes. Then they again take birth, they become vyakta again. So he has understood these are all about this avyakta and vyakta. That he understood, vyakrita and avyakrita and so on. Then, bijankuravat itaretara utpatti nimittan. As long as we are in this world, this person has understood, as long as we are in this world, it is all like this, seed sprouting into a tree. So you need to become a seed of something, and then utpatti will happen through that. This is the only route by which you will manifest. That also I have understood now. Utpatti nimittani, itaretara utpatti nimittani. All kinds of things I will be part of. Like this plant and the seed. Bija and Ankura. Like that. This is whole world has only these kinds of relationships which he has found out. That's what it says. Aneka anartha shata sahasra sankulan. As long as I am in this world, It says 100,000 anarthas will trouble me. You can only bring from 100,000, you can bring it to 1,000 if possible. But we will have to live through these anarthas. These difficulties coming out of anarthas. Anartha Sankulan is Anega Shata Sahasra, 100,000. Anartha Shata Sahasra Sankulan. That also this person understood now. Oh, this is what this world is all about. By deep understanding, experience, all he has found it. Maybe after several janmas. Okay. Kadali Garbhavat Asaram. See, if you take a plantain stem, you keep on opening it. There's nothing interesting. Finally, it becomes empty. layer, it comes. After several layers comes, it is all empty. There is no Sara there. It's okay. That's the example he gives. Kadali Garbhavat Asaran. It's not greatly interesting. Every time you come, something happens and then you go. Finally, it ends into nothingness. So he has found that there is no Sara here. It's all Asara. That also he found out by Pariksha Lokan. Then Maya Marichi Udaka Gandharva Nagara Akara Swapna Jala Budbudapena Saman. Very beautiful. He says he has also found that the Maya Marichi Udaka is the water you see in a mirage. If you go near, there is no water. But first time when you see, there is water. In summertime, we see on a tar road and all, we see. He has found that world is like that. When you go near, I don't find anything substantive in it. I mean, it looked very appealing. It looked very attractive and interesting and all that. But when I went in and then when I went near it and then started consuming it, I found nothing. He is come to that kind of a conclusion. And it is Maya. It's all very deluding. Udaharana is Marichi, Udaka. Then Gandharva Nagara, some fancy imagination dream about some cities which don't, dream. This is a dream city. Gandharva Nagara is a dream city. So I found this world are all about dreams. This is the other thing he has found. World is there, but it's all, dreams actually, right? In fact, how the world and the human life is dream, I have actually spoken in some of the earlier lectures. Very detailed I have spoken. I have taken the human dream process and the Srishti process, how the Anda and Pinda are very identical, actually. So that also we can understand from this kind of in Dakshinamurti, in Taittiriya Upanishad, many places I have spoken about it. Then Swapna, Akara Swapna. So this is all dream. I found this world is all finally looks like a nice dream. So we'll dream as much as we can, and then I have come to a conclusion. It's not real. It's all dream. He has come to that. Jala Buddha Pena Saman. This world and life is like water, foam, and soap bubble. There are different states in which they just disappear after a while. It can transform into something else. So this life is like that. Bubble will burst in no time. That's why he says, Ayur Nashiti, Shankaracharya in another shloka says, Ayur Nashiti Pashitam Pratidinam Yatikshayam Yavanam. Pratyayanti Gataha Punarna Davasaha Kalo Jagat Bhakshakaha. Lakshmi Stoya Taranga Banga Chapala. Lakshmi is like this bubble that comes in an ocean. 1 minute, tuck, it goes. He says Lakshmi is like that. Vidyut Chalam Jivitam. Life is like a lightning. When it goes only like that. Whatever preparation and all that is a different story. He has found out that is what it is. Oh, this world and this world are all like this bubble and water and soap bubble kind of saman. Pratikshana Pradvamsan. This world is actually destroying by every moment. As we are talking, the world is destroying. It is being destroyed. Our thoughts are destroyed continuously. Our thoughts 2 minutes before are not there now. Inside our world also, it is continuously getting destroyed. New thoughts come and then we keep on moving. So he said, I have found all this. This is the single meaning for Pariksha Lokan. Now, what is Pariksha? Pariksha means Pratyaksha Upamana Anumana Agamaihi. You don't make simple. You do not simply come to a conclusion. Some of them you found through Pratyaksha. You are your own Anubhava. Some of them to Anumana. You found when things are happening like this, it is not good. So therefore, certain things you found through Anumana. Then certain things by Upamana. You understood, this is how it is working. Therefore, there's no point. You are able to, make a cross connection between one experience you had to another experience that you were able to guess. So he did not come to a conclusion just like that. He used his pramanas, pratyaksha, upamana, anumanas, he used. So he was deeply convinced that this is not going to really take any far. So that is what he talked about. So pratyaksha, anumana, upamana, agamaihi. So this thought comes to him, not a casual thought. It's deeply contemplated, verified with own personal experience. That is pratyaksha. Pratyaksha means what? You have to experience it in your own ways. Anumana is you can guess. If there is smoke in the mountain, you guess that there must be fire. Because without fire, how can that be? So you do an anumana. Or you use upamana. You find, in this person went like this. He had a lot of money, but he died miserably. So money cannot give us a peaceful death. He'll come. You can come to that upamana. Anumana also, all that. So like that, this person has constantly reflected upon his own life experiences over several janmas. So that is what Pariksha Lokan. He finally came to a conclusion. This is not where I must be putting my foot. That is why Gurumeva Abhigachet. That's why the second line is coming. These are all about the first line. What is this Pariksha Lokan? And all of us are doing it. It may take a few more janmas, a few hundred janmas, but let it happen. We cannot escape this. We are in this path. Every life experience teaches us. Every life experience is resident in us. It doesn't disappear. We may disappear from the mortal body, but our vasanas and our samsaras and all our samskaras are all intact. That's what will come back again. Therefore, over several janmas, we will go through our own, sort of understanding of these concepts. So I think we will stop here, Pariksha Lokan, because if we go to the next one, it will take, what is this Nirvedayamana, Nirvedayat, na asti akritaha akritena, we will see in the next class. There'll be going to be 6. I think we will stop here. I think we'll continue. Yeah. Faster, huh? Okay, so we'll stop here 5:59 or 30. Because if we take it, it should have a continuity. So we'll meet next week and continue. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvina Vaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Subharat.
Now, speak with this one and this.